everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7 back again with another view from the van. I hope everybody's okay, and we're all looking forward to tomorrow's game down at Molineux against Wolves, and a game that is bound to be a tricky one, but it's a game I definitely think Newcastle will and can get something from. Newcastle, of course, on a high. We've had a good start of the season, undefeated still, and on top of that, of course, you know, yesterday came our club record signing, Alexander Isak, if that's how he's pronounced exactly. I've heard Isak, and all different things there and in between. But for, 70 million euros, Real Sociedad, you know, they're clearly happy with that, a club record sale. Newcastle over the moon. We're bringing in another Swedish player to go alongside the unfortunately now injured for the next couple of months, Emil Kraft. This lad, it was obviously a player that we were linked to earlier in the window. We couldn't do a deal back then. A deal has been done now, and again, it's a case of long-term targeting, long-term, you know, researching, scouting, and looking into these players. So it's good to see Newcastle be persistent and go for the man, and you know that they wanted, and ultimately that's what we've got. So he comes in 70 million euros, 62-ish million pounds. There's a few quid here and there for add-ons, there's a few quid here and there for sell-on clauses and stuff like that, but I'm delighted that he's made the choice. And again, time and time again, it goes against what the likes of Gabby fucking Agbonlahor said. People choosing Newcastle, choosing the product, choosing to get involved, and we are a club that is most definitely going places. And crucially, the club have said we are not close for business yet. Eddie Howe has said we will, you know, still be doing business. We want to do business. Will be pushing all the way for the club to be doing business, and that is absolutely fantastic here, especially when you've still got ringing in your ears from under a year ago, well, you know, and lines and budget and spreadsheet champions and all that fucking bollocks. So yeah, everybody rightfully enjoying these days. Over £200 million spent, and we're still getting linked with the likes of the lad Alvarez, isn't it? From over at Ajax for another £50 million-ish. Again, we had a bid for him rejected earlier in the transfer window of around £25 million. But again, it's that long-term persistence in trying to get these players in. And you know, Newcastle, according to again various different outlets and stuff, you know, after this lad next, or another £50 million potentially to that transfer bill, which already stands at £200 million. It's night and day from the previous ownership to this. There's little hints and stuff getting put out on you know, social medias from like accounts from the owners. It is fantastic. Communication is now got that togetherness, and we're just after amazing, exciting talent and players. Everybody young, and it seems to be we've got a little bit of a taste for the land of the Giants or something like that, because every player we seem to be signing a good 6 foot solid. But in the case of Isak, really quick, nimble, 2-footed, and I can't wait to see him in action. And we are going to see him in action. He has been registered in time to make his debut for Newcastle United against Wolves this weekend. So fantastic, that news. I don't think he's going to start, and I base that on how we've handled the likes of Bruno and Sven Botman to a certain degree, where new signings have been slowly introduced, integrated, and they didn't really start until after they'd been through so many weeks of Eddie Howe coaching and the tactical side of it and where he fits in within the team and all that sort of thing, the set piece training, until he's, you know, experienced all of that. So I think it's going to be another similar case with this lad. So although I do imagine that he's going to get a good 20, maybe 30 minutes in this game, he won't be starting. It's going to be Chris Wood up top. There will be changes from the trammy. We'll call it a game of football, but it was more like fucking MMA or WWE or boxing or something like that. Talk about fucking physicality. But yeah, it's going to be a lot more like the previous Premier League game when we played Manchester City. personnel wise. So you're going to have your Nick Popes coming back in. It's centre back with Dan Burn. He missed out in midweek because of a bit of concussion. I think he won't be back, or if he is back, he could be benched, and I think we could go maybe for 2 at the back. Sven Botman will definitely play there. Fabian Schär will play there. Kieran Trippier, captain. Again, look at the videos. Look at the videos that the club put out, and look who's greeting players and stuff in, and look who isn't. But yeah, Kieran Trippier there, and Matt Target got through a nice, good, solid 45-minute session against Tranmere. And like I say, that'll have been like 10 rounds of Mike fucking Tyson, so he's going to be at prime physical readiness for this game. I imagine Matt Target will come in. Like I say, it was a planned thing only to do so much of that game, so it would be fresh enough to be able to be involved in this weekend's game against Wolves. So that's a nice, solid defensive line. In the middle, this is the interesting thing for me. Willock fluffed his lines, big style. Sean hasn't done much better either, to be honest. So it's a case of who are we going to pick to be able to put in the team. Because for me, we need to be pushing Bruno further up. Yes, he can do a job in the middle, of course he can, and he'll do a good job, but we miss him so much more going forward when he's playing this deeper role, covering for John Joe Shelby's absence. So it could be that Sean retains his place in the middle. He can play a little bit deeper, and then you've got Bruno and Joe Linton, in the other 2 midfield positions. Then it gets to the wide places. St Maximin rested for the last game, so again should be fresh. And what we need now is that level of consistency, and that's what we've always talked about when it comes to Alan St Maximin. But he was electric. He was different gravy. He was like a caged beast against Manchester City, and we need to see something much similar in this game, and if we can, it can have a major bearing on the outcome of this game. So let's hope whatever gravy he was having, whatever strawberry syrup or anything else like that he was having last time out against Manchester City, he's in that similar frame of mind, he's in a similar place, and we have a similar performance, because that can most definitely be the difference between winning, getting a draw, or losing the game. Small margins like that. On the other side, Miggy will come back in, and he will be looking to work alongside Chris Wood. He's going to be the striker. He's going to be the target man up top for this game, no doubt about it. And that's because Callum Wilson, yet again, surprise, I love the lad. He's a tremendous player. I think he's amazing. He's like one of the first names on the team sheet if he's fit, but he's never fit, is he? He's never fit and available, and it's so frustrating that it happens time and time again. But the curse has struck once more, and he's going to miss the next couple of weeks. So yeah, Chris Wood will be up top leading the line. Hopefully he'll get a nice, good performance. He'll get plenty of support from the away fans, and he'll be able to nick himself another goal after nicking the winner against Tranmere. So the onus is on Miggy and St Maximin to get the crosses in. It's the onus is on them two to win free kicks and corners, so we can bring Trippier into the mix with some good crossing again to fathom out these opportunities for Chris Wood, because again, it's not like Callum Wilson, the different players. Wilson will produce a piece of magic like he did against Manchester City and score a goal, but Chris Wood's bread and butter is crosses into the boxes, so we need to be able to generate that to give him the chances that he needs to score as well. And then second half, we need to still be in the game. It needs to be 0-0, 1-1. It needs to be narrow Newcastle win. Bring on Alexander for his debut in the second half, and let's entertain the away fans. Let's put a performance on for them. Let's get the 3 points in the bag, and let's sort of compound a side who I would have considered, along with the likes of Everton, Aston Villa and co, to be a contender and a team that Newcastle would be looking to be fighting and going toe to toe with. I would have said we would have been there or thereabouts with all those sorts of teams, but like I say, Wolves have got off to a little bit of a tricky start, but it's very, very, very early in the season. A win can catapult you up. I mean, we win tomorrow and I think we go 4th in the table, I think we're 10th at the moment, so it's very, very, very much in its infancy. Generally, you don't look at it until after 10 games. It is good, and I think we'd stand more of a chance if Wilson was fit. And I think the signing of Isak is with half a thought of that we can have him up there, fit and available, because to me, he is a focal point striker. You're going to have him up there, and then you can bring Callum Wilson in for a couple of games, but then you can take Callum Wilson out. You don't have to play him every other game because, you know, there's no other options apart from Chris Wood. You can pick and choose games for Callum Wilson a little bit more. You can say, look, I'm going to give you a week or two off so that we don't get the injuries, and trying to be proactive rather than reactive with his conditioning, with his injuries, and with everything else for Callum Wilson. So I think that's, again, it's clever. It's an evolution at Newcastle. That we're starting to think a little bit more outside the box, and starting to become much, much more big time. And things are only going to get more interesting. More players getting brought in. There will be players going out, unfortunately. Over the last couple of days, Dubravka has made it abundantly clear that he wants to leave. Manchester United is his preferred destination. But personally, I just feel with Manchester United, we need to be boxing a little bit clever with them, because that was the lot who came out with the anything but Newcastle. That was the ones which, you know, were quoting triple the price for Jesse Lingard to us to what they would sell him to anybody else. And I think they've been guilty of trying to play bastard tricks and stuff, and now they're coming cap in hand to us, wanting the goalkeeper, wanting them to us to do them a favour. A loan really doesn't benefit Newcastle. We get a very small loan fee in, and we lose a player, and we've gone from having a top keeper and a couple of average keepers to if we let Dubravka go, we've now not got two good keepers. We've got, once again, one really good keeper and a bunch of, in my opinion, and I'm afraid to say it, but average or much of a muchness type goalkeepers underneath. So it'll be interesting to see what the club does. I would want a permanent transfer. I think 5 million is a bargain. I think you should be looking at somewhere at least around the £10 million mark, because goalkeepers 33, it's still no age, and you're getting a ready-made Premier League number one. There's no doubt about it. But it's strange to me anyway, because, you know, you're complaining about being number 2 at Newcastle, and you're going to go to Manchester United to be number 2 there. So it's a little bit of a strange one. Yes, he'll get European games, and he'll get a few games to prove himself there, but really, is that enough? If he's moving, should he not be moving to be number 1 somewhere? Perhaps. That would be my thinking. That would be my reading of the situation. I still think there'll be quite a few other players leaving Newcastle over the next couple of days, perhaps over this weekend, including the likes of Matty Longstaff, who's got nowhere near nothing at the moment. Was loaned out last season, will be loaned out again, no doubt, this time around. So he will be going out. And again, any players that we bring in will therefore as well need to have players moved out, so we can register the core 25 squad as well. But interesting to see Newcastle signing not only giants over 6 foot, but also youngsters. So youngsters who they can bring in and mould and coach and make better. But there's no doubt these players that they're bringing in are ready for action now. So it's the best of both worlds. It is just such an exciting time to be a Newcastle United fan, a supporter, a season ticket holder, and you just can't wait for the next episode. So difficult game tomorrow. They will be looking at it and thinking, if we get a win, we'll push ourselves up the table, and we've sort of repaired the damage of our sort of sloppy start to the season and everything. But if Newcastle had to win, we increase that gap in between ourselves and themselves. And when you think about what I said before with regards to they are competitors of ours, that is fantastic. We need to keep the positivity going. We need to keep the points coming, and we need to keep the fucking great players coming as well. So yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic. And I wish I was making the journey down for this particular game. I enjoyed the atmosphere when I've been down in previous seasons. Yes, the pre-match light show is a little bit fucking generation game, too much fucking game showy for me. I don't like it particularly, but decent crowd down at Molineux. We've been shafted the last couple of years, like when late equalisers and stuff have gone in, so hopefully again a little bit more added motivation for those who have been around a while, at St James's Park. But we're definitely capable. we're definitely capable. Even without Callum Wilson leading the line, we are no doubt capable. And there's going to be such a buzz when Isaac's introduced for his debut tomorrow down at Wolves. So let me know what you think below, the formation, the personnel, who's going to be starting. Would you throw Isaac straight in, or do you agree with me that based upon what you've seen with other players, it'll be slowly a bit of an integration, a bit of a case of a player coming in and going through a bit of a induction, if you will, and learning the ways, the systems that we play and how we exploit our strengths and take advantage of other teams. So yeah, let me know what you think of all that down below. Who else do you think we are going to be bringing in before the transfer window smashes shut in under a week's time? So let me know down below. Do you think it'll be the lad from Ajax? That would definitely sort the defensive side of it, the CDM role, and free up Bruno. Or do you think we're going to go down the loan options of maybe one of the Chelsea lads coming in for the right side to be able to, I don't know, bench Miggy? Let me know down below what you think. And in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, subscribe to Magpie 24/7, and I'll speak to you later.